What is up, For Honor brothers and sisters? Let's be honest off the jump. Nobody has asked for a video like this, but in keeping the conversation of For Honor going and the interesting nuggets I discovered, today I want to get into the evolution of For Honor hero trailers and how, just like with everything else with this game, trailers have changed and evolved over the years. Some of the things I noticed that shifted over the years were the trailer's focus, the changes from one year to the next, the first time we saw feats in a trailer, the fan engagement based on the type of trailer, when we started getting 2 trailers per hero, and other things. So it's just some interesting things that if you stick with me, you may find them interesting too. I have a playlist of every For Honor hero trailer if you're interested, and that can be found in the description of this video and the card that you'll see above now. So let's get into this. For Honor released in February 2017. There were 12 original heroes and thus 12 original trailers that we got. Each of the original 12 trailers started off the same. You got the UB logo, a quick 4-second preview of the hero, display of what faction the hero was in before it was launching into the trailer. Voiceovers varied by faction. There was a male that introduced all the knights, a male voiceover for the Vikings, and a female introduced all of the samurai. Once you got into the trailer themselves, you saw the minions getting dispatched of in a way that you don't see anymore since they removed it from the game. A little hero on hero action, but most importantly, I thought they really gave each hero character. That's what was very important. Before you even pick up the game to play, you could already identify which hero's story fits what you're looking for. And that's the connection you want as a player. And I appreciated and the purpose of Warden, which is why I chose him and the Knights when I started. Although I was torn between Knights and Samurai when you're choosing your faction, the trailer saying Warden was meant to defend the weak, or as I would say, those born in the struggle, was something I could relate to.
Sworn to defend the weak, masters of the longsword.
So after those 12 trailers were released before season 1 of the game, in season 2, year 1 now, we're talking about year 1, season 2, you saw Shinobi and Scent trailers. And that came with the tagline Shadow and Might, but their trailers followed the same flow. That's not a bad thing, as Scent's trailer definitely made me want to use him immediately, more so than the Shinobi trailer. The character of Shinobi had more interest, and I think that's through name association, but Scent's trailer did more highlighting his personality than the Shinobi trailer did for his. Year 1 season 3 saw Highlander and Gladiator trailers with the tagline Grudge and Glory. And what strikes me the most is all this time later and all these changes made, the personality of the heroes presented in the trailer still ring true today. That's the beauty of For Honor. When you choose a character, you become it. You take on that personality as it is infused in you. There were no changes in how they presented the trailers from year 1 season 1 to year 1 season 2, and there was really no need to. They were all well done. I like how in these earlier trailers, they always described the weapon the hero was using.
Their claymore is the heaviest sword ever wielded. It can cut down even the most armored warrior.
That's a nice touch of knowledge for the player before going into it. And this is something that they actually got away from, just like the narration of the heroes, but we'll talk about that shortly. Year 1 season 4 saw Aramusha and Shaman trailers arrive with a tagline of Order and Havoc. One thing I did like about these trailers is you could always tell what new map we were getting during the season. It was seamless how they intertwined it with the hero reveals, but as you see in these trailers, we are still in year 1. And the trailer battle rhythm of UB logo, quick preview, faction association, and then trailer hasn't changed. Neither has the systematic narration. We still hear a female for the samurai and a male for the Vikings, which just leads me to believe they recorded all of the year 1 stuff at the same time, or close to, since this rollout or roadmap of content had to be predetermined. And that's expected for a hotly anticipated game or any game that's coming out. You have a roadmap and a plan of what you're gonna do. What continues is we get to hear about the weapon that is used by each hero, the dual katanas for Aramusha and the hatchet and dagger of Shaman.
She will use her hatchet and dagger to cut the bodies down, and then she will use her hands.
So status quo, then year 2 came. This is where we saw the first change in how heroes were introduced, Instead of introducing our heroes in separate reveal trailers, they introduced the entire Wulin faction. It was a nice touch using the Unsung Knight, which we now have a Warden hero skin representing her, in battle, and everything paused around her. What's cool about this is at the time we didn't realize we were seeing a representation of the Knight's Breach map, Walled City. And ultimately our first thematic look at the new Breach game mode they also introduced with the Wulin. So there was a lot going on in Year 2 Season 4, and it needed to be, because Year 2 introduced a long dry spell of content considering how For Honor rolled out their content and heroes initially. There were many complaints early on as well about no dedicated servers, rank modes, players cheating in tournaments, etc. But this hero and game mode trailer felt like it was going to get For Honor back on track, and it is arguably the most epic trailer they've done, and the music was fire too. The song is called Gallows by Katie Garfield if you're interested. While the trailer was epic, the trailer did fail to provide personality and connection to the heroes, is what we like. We like that connection, and this did not give us that. It gave us entertainment, but nothing more than that with the heroes. There was a hero delivered in every season of Year 3, and Year 3 Season 1 brought in the Vortiger aka Blackbriar trailer. This was a return to the individual hero trailers, but also a departure from the narration of them. Blackbriar was the first trailer where the hero themselves were addressing the audience and their purpose. In his case, I don't think his explanation of purpose was well done compared to previous trailers, but a gruff and brooding personality did resonate with a lot of the players, including me, and thus the darkness was born. Another thing about this trailer is that it was one of the shortest trailers they've done, which may have been a sign of budgetary concerns, but that's just me speculating, y'all.
Step out of the shadows and teach them true darkness!
Year 3 Season 2 brought in Sakura, aka Hitokiri, another short trailer and another dark hero introduced. You're already picking up a theme there. This trailer leaned heavy on the spookiness, but again hinted at a new map named Canopy. Season 3 introduced the game mode Tribute. Unfortunately, that mode never really took off, and this map, Canopy, is played less and less. But this was another trailer that focused on the surface level of the hero, with the eerie delivery of Hitokiri's voice lines,
peace and salvation,
in the unsettling environment, but it offered nothing as to why the hero is here. Why would you care? Why are they aligned with the samurai? At this point, you can see this will be the new theme since it was done on back-to-back heroes. Year 3 Season 3 brought Hulda, aka Jormungandr. Short, dark, intimidating, fearless. That was the mood of the previous two, and it continued with Yorm's trailer. This was the shortest of the Year 3 trailers, coming in at about 30 seconds. Now don't get me wrong, these trailers are fun, easy on the eye, entertaining, but you can't argue that the boost they provide in entertainment, they do lack in information.
Jormungandr!
However, the cinematic only trailers were a hit and remain some of the most viewed For Honor trailers they've ever done. They went away from the cinematic only trailers after Zanhu into the Axolotl reveal in Year 7 Season 2. Speaking of Zanhu, Year 3 Season 4 brought in Sunda, aka Zanhu. Now if you've noticed, we've received a hero from each faction every season in Year 3, which was a beautiful thing at the time. What I like about the Zanhu cinematic trailer is you're able to see a little hint of his moveset, and then they drop another not so subtle hint at the end when he talks about how he breathes fire in war.
In the midst of war, I breathe fire.
I wasn't a fan of this when I first saw it, but in hindsight, it wasn't as bad as I thought, even though it was short. Year 4 brought Warmonger and Griffin trailers. Now for these trailers, the team gets back to showcasing the personality of its heroes and what they stand for. Oddly enough, they did it with heroes we identified with using Holden Cross, aka Griffin, and Astria, which is a Napoleon spinoff, let's just be honest, aka Warmonger. This was refreshing because of the emotion each one sparked and the connection players could get with either one if they could look past some of the reused animations of Griffin. A lot of people were complaining about it. But those animations did go along with his story and made sense. What I liked between the Warmonger and Griffin was that you can feel the contrast.
We are all. We are one. We are war.
Don't let some mad tyrants play God with your lives.
So good, right? And it gives you a feeling as if you need to choose a side. Like you're either on Warmonger's side or you're on Griffin's side, the way those trailers worked out. And that was part of the fun if you played into it. Year 5 brought Kyoshin and Pirate trailers. The interesting part in these trailers lies more with Kyoshin. This is the first For Honor hero that has been given a voice and doesn't speak English, which you would expect, right? You expect more of this. I definitely didn't expect Sakura, aka Hitokiri, to be speaking English, but there she was. Kyoshin's trailer was entirely subtitled, and it didn't make it any less impactful. Especially since they showed off everything in here from his moveset to executions to feats. In fact, this is the first hero trailer that actually displayed a hero's feats in the trailer. So how about that for a fun fact? But Pirate's trailer was more of the same.
Who am I, you ask? And who do I stand with?
You see a few of her feats, moveset, execution, similar art style to Griffin and Warmonger, more so than Kyoshin, but the way they combined gameplay with the art was great. They also introduced her as an Outlander, as she was the first. Everyone was still trying to get their head around the whole Outlander thing, so it's nothing you could hold on to when you're viewing the trailer. Year 6 brought 2 more Outlanders in Majai and Afira. I liked the slow burn with each trailer, and part of that was able to be done because of the length of them. Ever since For Honor went away from cinematic only, they were able to produce longer trailers. Longer trailers allow you to not only show off more, but gives them more time to let the viewers know what the hero is all about. They did a good job with Majai because they were able to explain why he would even go to Heathmoor to begin with, and that was because of his birthright scarab bracelet was stolen.
And I am the only one who can stop it.
And that made sense. I know many people don't care about lore when you're jumping into the game after all these years, but it's still good to see some connective tissue no matter how tissue thin it is. Afira's trailer made it a little more difficult to decipher because I really couldn't tell why she was here.
What is fate, if not an ally? A friend who walks with us in life.
You know, the words didn't give me too much, but you did see the Commander Ravier, which is BP's hero skin, that came that same season, and the Black Priors. So you knew they had something to do with it. The energy in these Year 6 trailers were great, and while I like Majai's more than Afira's, it was good to see some good hero trailers that gave you some tangible things to chew on with how they play and what they're using to get the job done. Year 7 brought an Outlander in Asalado and a Viking hero in Katla, aka Varangian Guard. This was the beginning of when Yubi started doing not only a reveal trailer, which is cinematic in nature, but also a gameplay trailer. The reveal trailer being the shorter of the two. So basically they're taking their Year 3 cinematic only and combining it with what they have been doing the years prior. Why are they doing this is the unknown question. Could they be seeing if the cinematic only still holds more weight over the others? We may not know this until Year 9 and we see what we get. What we do know is that the gameplay trailers are getting the most views between the two. I hope this continues because I do like the cinematic trailers that they produce for each of these heroes.
You failed to slay us all. I live. I am at the gates, and not alone.
The hype was real, and it got me more hyped to know more. The bonus about both of these heroes is that they both were pretty solid and ready to pick up and play on release. And that's good for new players that are coming in. Year 8 brought us the Sohei trailer, a hero unlike For Honor has ever produced before. I know I hadn't been as hyped for a hero in a very long time. They stated during the Warriors Den they wanted to do a resource system hero and they produced it. You didn't know that by the trailers, but we were all trying to figure out what weapons he would use, which ones would be just feats, but we were happy once we saw that he used them all. But not everyone was happy with the application. But we're gonna focus back on the trailer. Both the reveal trailer and the gameplay trailer were great. This is the rare case when the reveal trailer is outpacing the gameplay trailer. I do think the circumstances behind the release plays a big role in this. The reveal trailer was put out a couple of days prior to the release and the gameplay trailer didn't officially come out. I say officially since it was accidentally leaked and then deleted, but the gameplay trailer didn't officially come out until after Sohei came out. So there's some cannibalization there where they're stepping over each other, but the reveal trailer just got me even more hype, and seeing this multi-weapon hero for the first time just gave him more juice. The gameplay trailer showed him using the limited time execution, which they do sometimes in these trailers, and I don't really care for. I wish they would keep it hero specific instead of bleeding other heroes and seasonal things in with it, but they gotta work with what they got. All in all, I think they're in a good spot with how Ubisoft and the For Honor team are producing their trailers. I like the rhythm of the reveal trailer and the gameplay trailer they got going on right now. I don't think that works if you're going to release the hero in the same week in which you release the trailers and reveal the hero, but don't expect that to happen in the future. I really don't. They'll schedule a little better, especially around the Ubisoft Forward event. We should have a week between the reveal and the release, so they give both a little time for the community to breathe them in, you know? Just want to take them in a little bit. That's the evolution of the For Honor hero trailers, y'all.
Nobushi, elegant, aggressive fighters with the lightest of armor and the most exotic of weapons. The Naginata.
From telling the story with gameplay, to no individual hero trailers with the Wulin, to cinematic only, to steering closer to how they started, to introducing feats and having heroes speak their native tongue, starting with Kyoshin, to reveal and gameplay hero trailers starting with Ocelotl. It's been a journey with these. A lot of work goes into it, and it was fun just looking through them and seeing how they morphed. Now, I absolutely love the trailers. They're hype juice that I chug. And ultimately, that's what's great about trailers. The presentation can get you to the hero, gain their interest, but the gameplay, the dev commitment to the game, and community engagement is what helps keep people interested. I'm looking forward to many more years of For Honor and their trailers. Thank you guys for watching. There are so many videos you could tune into, and you took the time to tune into this one today. I appreciate you for that. Until next time, take care of yourself and others. Peace.
Their armor is the strongest of our people. As is their will.